I got a lot of people texting, calling, and all in my comments and thinking about the obvious things, right? Man, I must be triggered. I must be annoyed. You know, I got people like, check on Tyrese. Y'all go check on him. Because y'all know that was a very, very hard conversation to have. Some very big, some very disappointing reveals. I'm gonna make a choice. I'm gonna make a choice that I wish both DJ Envy and Charlamagne had made for me for the last 5 years, as I've been going through too many things. I'm gonna make a choice to leave this shit alone. Y'all know, when you born and raised in LA, when you born and raised in Watts in South Central LA, see, it's one thing to know hood, it's another thing to be a hood. And y'all know, real know, the moment that he said, I should box you in your mouth or whatever, it took everything in me to stay seated in that seat. Charlamagne was clever because he knew that they've been going at me for 5 years, and I've responded only a few times publicly, but for the most part, they knew that I was coming, and they knew that we was gonna have that conversation. So everybody that's speaking to the same thing that I've spoke to, you're this voice, you've got books, you're this champion, outspoken man that represents all things mental health. And yet, I've lost count of the amount of times that he's contributed to the stresses in and around my mental health. From being insensitive, or just deciding to talk about a man that he actually knows. Never said he was my friend, never said we were childhood homies. But like I mentioned to Envy, I feel like I know y'all enough to have some type of an expectation of you guys to just have a heart and just simply be able to say, man, I couldn't imagine what it would be like to come home to an empty house, no wife, and your child get taken from you while you're out of town. Just have a heart. Do your job. Talk your shit. I get it. But never lose sight of mental health, and never lose sight of what it must, not what it feels like to go home to no wife, what it must feel. See, when you actually have empathy and you have a heart, you put yourself in other people's shoes. And you, as a man of integrity, you make the decision to not beat a man down with your words when you see that they're already down. You make that choice. And they've been through some shit. Some real shit. And Envy is currently going through some real shit. But I've made the choice to not beat anybody down while they're down. Didn't plan on getting emotional on live. Y'all know I could use my words. Y'all know that I could make the choice to go at both of them, but I'm not gonna do it. The choice that I'm gonna make is to wish them well in their careers, their marriage, their family, everything. I want the best for them. I really do. I want to say thank you to Jess. I hope they add you to, I hope they officially add you to the show. And I hope nobody attacks you or come at you because you actually had the only heart in the room. So I'm in the middle of expressing my vulnerabilities and all this stuff that I've been carrying and festering from certain things that they've said and choices they've made and how they've went about being insensitive about my stuff. I appreciate Jess for just stepping in and wanting to keep the conversation. Definitely didn't plan on getting emotional live, but it's all fresh. One thing y'all need to know is I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna get through this process. I'm gonna take this journey. But I'm gonna have to grow up. When you think of life, you're gonna have to start thinking of it as stock. And there's areas of stock in your life where the value is low. There's some areas that you really gotta grow in. Then there's those areas where the stock is really high. And for everybody who knows me, and for everybody who turned on me, never called, never checked on me, never came, never tried to pull up on me, never tried to come put their eyes on me and make sure I was good. I know one thing's for sure. As y'all have watched this Breakfast Club interview, y'all was happy as a motherfucker I never called your name. Y'all was at home like, everything that I'm describing about Envy or Charlemagne, I could have easily mentioned you. You turned your back on me too, and I never turned on you. I went above and beyond for you too, and you never even simply checked on me. You were at home. Please don't let this nigga bring me up or bring me into the conversation.